I knew it! I knew we would have a clean open with double Abby. Sweet!
It's because it's my beautiful face.
Is that really why? You beautiful
Hey, I mean,
face.
we had like 6 of me last time, so.
Yeah, that was a fantastic
I didn't
start.
even know that.
Oh! But yeah, hi guys.
Mwah.
Oh, Dershua Mama, it's good to see you. We're
Also,
here
your-
again. Oh, also.
Your puppy limbs. Sorry, that's a very odd username, but hi, your puppy limbs.
My goodness. I'm wondering if I can get Maddox's picture. If I can find it. This is just business as usual. There we go. Alrighty. Let me get that down there. Let's get that. Whoop. Whoop. Where'd it go? Bear with us as we begin this Sunday adventure. Oh boy, guys, it's good to see you. I'm very happy to see all of you again today. Whoa! Here we go. So, welcome to this magical journey that we are undertaking this Sunday. Everybody grab your Sunday drink as we jump into the Festival of Colors. Mimosas ahoy. I'm the dad, I'm the Dungeon Master, so that's why I drink Angry Orchard instead. Don't forget, get your cinnamon rolls ready. Oh, or pancakes. Or, that's a really good cinnamon roll, my god. Anyways, hi.
I need to get more.
We're here to play Dungeons and Dragons.
I really went for the good.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get to the front of things. This is On the Forefront. This is a little role-playing channel. My name is For, and I am here to run this little happy homebrew campaign called the Festival of Colors. And if you don't know what that is, the Festival of Colors is a annual art and theater celebration of those two things, including all other little tricks and trades that various bards and other fantastic people of the Forgotten Realms can do. It's set into Thyr, which is a nation that is a little bit of an aristocracy. But in Braunfels, this festival takes place every year, and it is a growing town, this Braunfels. And within its walls, a dark plot has been unfolding. If you don't know what Sladdy are, my goodness. Slad are creatures from Limbo that can infect and subsequently turn other creatures into themselves. Sladdy are horrific and terrifyingly powerful denizens of this chaotic plane of existence. And they have crawled their way into Braunfels and infected several of its residents with the Sladpole eggs that have begun hatching. And our own players last time got a taste of that as they hunted down the leader, the instigator of this plot, a Slad, that is a green Slad, named Voltsov, who is going under this moniker of Yesta Weirdra, an elderly elf running a little weird clinic. And she was using that clinic, it appears, to infect and subsequently foster the Sladpoles that would burst forth. How did that fight go last time, guys?
We owned everything.
Swimmingly.
Yeah,
Barely, but we owned everything.
you did. It was a magnificent battle.
Thanks to the chat. It went very well.
Oh,
Thanks to the chat,
It
yep.
was good.
well, I had opportunities as well
Yeah.
with the chat.
Yeah, chat saved our butts.
We all know who to thank.
More than once.
Beautiful Gibbs and
Our
several
Lady
other
Gibbs.
supporters.
Yes.
Yes.
And as such, our gang went back into the Moonwell Square, which is one of the squares here in Braunfels, and sought the aid of Rembu in order to get his magical, whimsical expertise in stopping the Slad infection that had embroiled inside Abigator, who plays the wonderful halfling Luella, as well as Maddox Bow, who is this fantastic Tabaxi assassin. But he also left a calling card of his favor. Maddox's black fur is now a beautiful, beautiful shade of blue. And Luella, your hair has streaks of blue in it as well. Just a wonderful gift that has been bestowed upon you. As such, we're going to go ahead and continue with our campaign, but before we do, I do want to remind you guys that we do have all of our usual, Discord, Twitter, and whatnot. But if you do want to help our fantastic players survive the next leg of the journey, by all means, we also have a special incentive. Every donation will give me the authority to stick another bow in my hair, and if you're wondering, these are all the bows I possess currently. I'm getting more, because I've cleaned this thing out for the past 2 weeks, so I'm going to be ordering more. But these bows up here are from our current subs, so just another incentive. You can have me wear a sub bow for the entirety of the month, and that also gets more dice to our players. But let's go ahead and get started. Let's get a little introduction going for each of our fantastic players, because, gosh darn, this is a fantastically pleasant Sunday afternoon. Let's take it chill. Okay.
For now.
For now. I mean, I'm stalling, so you guys can enjoy this.
I also want to point out that Ford needs 0 incentive to wear more bows, but you definitely should donate.
Yes.
That's actually true. I'm gorgeous, no matter how many is up there.
It's
Let's
so
go
true.
ahead
Somebody
and,
commented that it almost looks like a flower crown.
Yeah, that's a problem set.
I really should get more of these ones, so I can actually have one of those. Let's start. Let's start from the right to the left. Cage, give us a little insight into your character, if you will.
Well, Cage comes from the city of Calimport as an escaped slave turned into a bounty hunter. Came from the very bottoms of slavery, and so he knows very well and fights for those people who can't really defend themselves. An investigation has brought him here to Braunfels that his matron has sent him on, and was able to complete it, thankfully enough, driving a dagger right into the back of the skull of a Rakshasa. Although, while not permanently gone, hopefully this part of his journey is done and his matron can handle the rest. And then while dealing with that, trying to offset any plans that these Slotty have to make a big foothold here in the city of Braunfels, as many people are dying because of them. And he's just doing his best to try to help out his fellow teammates, who he now calls probably his closest friends. And Maddox, Miyako, and Lulu.
Lovely. And Cage being a very astute friend of the kobolds underneath Braunfels as well.
Yes.
Being your first real interaction with some of the cruelties within this city. Lulu,
Indeed.
let's move over to you, speaking of small things that are little and adorable.
Oh, thank you. Alright, so my name is Abigator, and today I'm going to be playing Luella, also known as Lulu, who is a halfling bard. So basically, she came to this Festival of Colors. She's a bard. She came to kick everybody's ass in the bard contests. However, she got embroiled in this big conspiracy where there were a bunch of Slad that were infesting the city. She met some weird people on the way who kind of drew her into their problems and the craziness. And so after a while, she's come to love these people and also help them with her knowledge of not only Slad, but she is an apprentice of Renbu, who is one of the Slad Lord of Colors and is also very flamboyant and not quite, self-obsessed. You'll meet him in due time, but anyway, she was an apprentice of him, and they have just gotten done beating a Rakshasa and gotten done beating Boltsoff. The art contest is going to happen. There's a kobold that is in the contest currently, so we will see what happens. I'm very excited. Plus, I got mimosas, so.
You got your mimosa. That's wonderful. My goodness. Maddox, I want to hear about you.
Oh boy.
Since we're jumping around, I figure we might as well jump to the one who can jump the most. As we have seen with that one time you were charmed by Renbu.
Yes, I was very acrobatic in that moment, and very, very excited about it. that good old mass charm spell. I am Maddox Bow. I am a Tabaxi from Telflam in Thesk, all the way to the eastern part of Faerun. I was captured as a young Tabaxi and held as a slave, I guess, of sorts, and trained to become an assassin. And so that's kind of how I started. I escaped from that guy and kind of ran across the country to get away from him, and then met up with these guys and went off on some adventures. I know, we're all slaves of some kind of the system. Anyway, so yeah, anyway, all this crazy stuff has been going on since we got to the city, and now we're kind of wrapping up with this Slatty infestation. Then we do have to finish killing all of them, because even one Slatty can just make it start all over again. And then there's this wizard guy that just showed up in the town that we're in and decided that he wants to find me and take me back into the fold. So that is definitely on the table. I don't know if that's going to happen today, but I'm eagerly waiting for my opportunity to pay back this wizard for all the years of torment and slavery. Happy thoughts to get the game going.
Happy thoughts.
Happy thoughts. But of course, we know happy thoughts are not enough to quench. I was about to squanch. No, about to quench. Whoa, jeez.
Quench.
I think the drink's drunk already.
Already, hard hit cider.
Already.
It's not.
That's a good name for a goblin.
I
don't
mean,
know.
whoa, do not tempt me.
Come on.
Let's go to the person I amuse the most. Ayami, Miyako.
It's only when you do the Blaze voice. I mean,
Well, apparently not. I mean,
Jimbo.
yeah, okay, he has a point.
oh no, not Jimbo. Oh,
I wasn't there to see that. Vincent told me about it, but I wasn't there to see that.
I was watching the stream and I was worried that my downstairs apartment mates would come up and be like, "Are you okay?" Because I was laughing that loud. It was.
I need to go back and watch that then.
okay.
Oh,
Well,
dude.
I'll
I'll
laugh
just
as
find
much
a
as I
way to
do on
clip it.
Tuesday
Oh,
nights.
man. Yeah.
Little do you know, I have a picture. I had the picture going that night, so you couldn't see me, but little do you know, I was making the face too when you were doing it. I was doing
No,
it.
I have to stop.
Yeah, otherwise I might die.
Alright, tell us all about Miyako.
Alright, so I'm Ayami 302. I play Miyako. She's a tiefling fighter, tank, basically. But she was out to find, she was out getting, like, food for her family one day. She came back and her parents were basically dead in a pool of their own blood. There's a note left by them that said they knew too much, and it was signed N. Fortunately and unfortunately, we found who it was. The tiefling with blue horns by the name of Nara. And if you've been following the series, you know that Miyako didn't leave her any mercy and ended up cutting off one of her horns while Maddox cut off the other one. And so she got but then she found out that apparently the Rakshasa was, like, working with Nara too. So she basically had a vendetta against both of them. And then all was said and done because she had killed them, and now she had a new vendetta against Weirdra, who was this weird science lady, who basically gave her a potion that thought she was going to heal her and ended up basically knocking her unconscious the first time. And then she was up and then got knocked unconscious the second time. So yeah, she almost died twice because of this lady. So we finally took care of her, which is great. So now I'm not really sure how Miyako's gonna kind of, react, because she really doesn't have a vendetta against anybody anymore. So yeah, there was that. Oh, did I cut off both horns?
I think.
I thought you cut off one, and then I came up and cut off the other one. I thought.
No, I think you
but-
You handed it to him.
Oh, did I?
Cut off the first one, you hand it to him, then you're like, well, since I'm here.
I'll just
Might
take
as
one
well.
for my own safekeeping.
The first one to set up the meeting with the Crimson, and then you were like,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what? Cut off the other one for me.
Yep.
And then
This
you
one's
cut
for
off-
me.
It might be the champagne talking. I don't know.
No, it's just.
Either way,
was a
yeah.
weird
So I
time of it.
apparently cut off both horns. Miyako just likes to cut people, pretty much. She's a fighter, so I mean, she likes to do battle and basically just like harm anyone who deserves it. So
Well, I know there's lots
That
of
was
people in Braunfels who deserve it.
That was kind of
Oh,
your
yeah.
redemption into where you were getting back at the person that murdered your parents. So I definitely wanted to let you have that.
yeah, I kind of remember that now. It was a long time ago, so I was like, I don't remember. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a long.
So-
Oh yeah, Maddox, we leveled up. Did you level up? I might have forgotten to tell you guys because
By that reaction, I would say no.
Yeah.
I don't think I leveled up.
I know. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what
I kind of was in the moment last session, so I forgot to tell you guys you leveled up.
I think
we were 6. Did we go up to 7?
Yeah, dude.
we're up to
Okay.
7.
No, we
5
were
and we went up to 6.
Yeah.
Oh
we
yeah,
were
I
gonna-
think you. I think
Okay.
you should have gone up to 6. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we're 6.
because I'm level
Okay,
6 right
so
now,
we're
so I don't know.
Let me see.
Okay, I was about to have like a heart attack, like, oh my god.
Ah! But no,
I'm gonna
you guys
go
are
to 4.
totally level 6.
I know
So
what I got. 6.
last we left off, you guys were in the Moonwell Square. There's still a few loose ends in Braunfels. It really depends on what you guys want to do in this moment. Right now, you have Rembu in his elf form, looking very pleased with himself at your new, your shifting hues. And you do have the 3 artists there as well. They're finishing up, apparently, their artwork for the contest. Pikri is also doing his own art. We have a lot of different things you guys can do. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to the bathroom. You guys figure out, in character or out of character, what you are doing next.
Well, I thought that we were gonna go after Anatar.
Well, not right now. We've got mimosas.
Right?
Sorry.
We need the mimosas to go after
We need to polish this off before we go through it.
I know.
Dude,
Can
are
we
you
finish
kidding
the
me?
first round and then go after it?
I know. We go after Anatar on the second round.
I'm
Yeah.
on the second round already.
I mean, we're not gonna. Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
art
yeah.
contest.
Attacks everybody.
This is the art contest. Yes, yes.
No. And then once we go off of Anatar, this will all just be champagne, no orange juice.
Oh my
Like,
god.
okay, I need this.
OJ's gone. OJ's all
Oh,
gone.
This is what happens when we get the whole entire cast drunk, guys.
We've been building up to this moment. It's worth a moment.
We've done
worth
some
it.
pre-game,
Sure.
pre-stream drinking, guys. So we apologize for whatever is about to come out of our mouths.
No apologies. None.
No regrets, no.
No regrets.
No regrets.
Regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets. No, for serious.
Stolen glass. There are 0 regrets.
It's a goblet. Jeez.
Dude,
I
I'm
know,
gonna be
right?
feeling it tomorrow morning. I gotta work. That's gonna be great.
So do I. Meh.
I'll be napping later for sure.
yeah.
Yes.
Just make sure you don't miss the critter, RP.
I won't.
But I kind of do want to see the results of the art contest because that's the whole reason why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Plus,
Yeah,
I
no, that
wanna
makes
Well,
sense.
see-
we also know that they want Peakery out of this thing, so we're gonna have to
know.
probably watch his back.
Yeah, we have to make sure that he's actually in this.
He
Because
better.
So
this could literally change how people view Kobold in general.
Exactly.
Miyako could break out
Yeah.
the rainbow bracelets again.
Yeah, and Cage is it's true. And Cage
I still
is,
love that. That was great.
I thought we gave all those to Abby.
What code is that?
Did you? I don't remember that.
Remember what?
Where they put all the rainbow bracelets for the guard.
You guys gave him. You guys gave him back. Stavroth delivered.
Oh
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gave him back.
And he also told the guy about Captain Tendertongue about the Slad stuff. But after that, you guys kind of went your own path.
Yeah. Okay. But I think our plan right now is to stay at the art festival and to make sure that Peakery is all good because Peakery. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Peakery is a tiny kobold who is in the art contest and he's so excited about it. And other people don't want him in the art contest, so we gotta protect him.
He's Cage's little buddy, kobold buddy.
Okay.
He's freaking adorable. Okay, if this like gives you any like idea of how like awesome Peakery is, like at first Miyako didn't like him, like she was not a big fan, and now she's like completely like warmed up to him.
I'm so happy.
So like, if that gives you any perspective of how much this, how awesome this little kobold is.
Yeah.
But it's hard to change Miyako's outlook on stuff, as you have well seen.
Oh, boy. By the way, you guys
So-
do have a short rest here if you want to
sweet.
use this moment to get some
Ah.
hit dice.
I think I'm actually good. I have 41 and a 44 out of 51, I think.
I'll definitely take a
Come on.
rest.
Yeah, I was
Come
done to take the point, so
Oh god.
I got very lucky. I didn't take any damage, mainly because of the flying.
Did Lulu go back to full health or is she still like at 0 or a couple after?
You're at 1.
Okay, cool. I mean, not cool, but
I mean, it's cooler than being perpetually at
Dead.
0.
Yeah.
Miyako's at 44 out of 51, so I think she's okay.
how many hit dice can I roll to get hit points back?
As many as you have, right?
you have in your level
So, when do we get hit dice back? Because I have
after a long rest.
long rest. See, that's what I thought. Okay. I have 2 left. I'm not going to use it because, like I said, I'm good.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Because yeah, we do have there's Anatar, there's Rendent. As far as you know, those are the only 2
Freaking
left in
Anatar,
this
man.
screen, this Slad scheme.
why is my computer being a butt?
But yeah, no, Peakery's hard at work finishing up his little picture. Damn Navigator.
By the way, those are all plus your Constitution, Abby,
oh,
Oh, they are.
for each die.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
Not
so
bad.
that's another 6.
Not bad.
That puts me up to 30. That's better.
33.
I was going to
yeah.
say, yeah.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
Okay.
Just
Dang,
still
bro.
have 2 left.
So, I am going to go up to Pickery, and Lulu's going to kind of, one, see what he's working on, and two, see if he's, like...
Cage would like to follow.
Yeah.
So, you see, it is a large canvas that he has sort of procured for his own personal tastes. And upon it is a halfling woman. And she is standing what looks like for, an old, timey portrait. She's wearing a garment that is incredibly extravagant, but it's also very simple at the same time. It's sort of a beige color, and she stands very proudly, very nobly, and her face is expertly capturing this essence of gentle authority. She wears this blue cape as well behind her, and a small thin sword at her side, as well as what looks like a circlet with one bright bead of jade inside at the very center. And if you remember, Luella, this is sort of the same woman in that mural down in the sewers, the late Countess of Braunfels.
Oh, Pickery, that's beautiful. It's the Countess, right?
Yes. Yes, it's Lady Yulebond.
You did a good job. I'm glad that you got into the contest. I really like that piece.
Well, I wanted to do something that everybody could see, because not everybody gets to come down into the sewers. So I figured, I just hope they haven't forgotten about her, like,
And he sort of looks onto it very fondly.
It's been so long.
I'm sure you will do great, Pickery.
Oh, thanks! I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. I'm very happy.
And he just looks very shy all of a sudden.
What's wrong?
Yes?
Well, I just feel bad if I win.
Why?
Because then I get to be the Count's artist. I can leave the sewers.
Oh, well,
None of my family can properly.
Well, this might be a time to advocate for them. If you do win, they may see as your race and it being not so bad.
that, or if
You
you
might
do...
be able to get them out.
He starts clacking his little claws together.
You really think so?
I think you are chieftain material.
Ah! No!
Don't-
No way!
Oh!
He sort of lets out this little yip of, like, no! But his little scales are turning a little bit blush.
Well, there's no use of worrying about that now until you've actually won. But as I said, I very, very much like this portrait. It is a worthy comparison to the amazing mural in the sewers, and Lulu gets this kind of far off look in her eyes, imagining this mural, because it was so well done and it was so emotional and it was so good.
Yeah.
Just like,
There is one thing I didn't tell you about this painting. It looks as though she's in a dark room. And that's probably the most evocative part, is that she radiates this... It's not a light. It's almost like clarity. And the farther the painting gets from her, the more muddled the colors and the dark nature of this room he's painted becomes. just a very provocative idea.
I love also how everything's clear the closer to the Countess you have, and then going outward, it just gets dark and cloudy, and it's a wonderful symbol, especially of the Colboat's current crisis of it had the Countess to stand up for them, and now you guys don't. I'm so proud, Pikery. You're doing so well.
Oh, thanks. I thought long and hard about what I would do if I was able to get into the contest. This has been a dream of mine. Thank you.
Oh, we're here to make sure that everything goes smoothly.
You guys are my best.
Let us know if you need anything. We'll be over here. And I kind of gesture towards Renbu and the apprentices and Naomi, or to Miyako and Maddox. You're doing so well.
Well, thank you. You guys are my best friends.
Well played, well played.
Thank you.
I go over to him and I, kind of pat him on the shoulder and I say, "Good luck, little one."
And you also see that Art and Hilm Girdleby are back to it. Othal has retreated back into her tent. But she does poke her head out now and then to sort of check on things.
I stride over to Renbu and kind of like, so your whole point of this was to see all of your
you guys
apprentices kind
are
of battling
my best friends.
battling it out to see who won. Yeah?
Oh gosh, who are you talking to?
Renbu.
Oh god, what did you say? I'm sorry, I got distracted by Dice Roll and Mama's host. It was so precious.
Oh, hey! I'm not on the actual Twitch channel, so I don't know. I know, I'm sorry. So I stroll over to Renbu and I kind of, so your plan was to come and see how your late apprentices battle it out to see who wins, I guess.
Kinda. It sort of tells me how I've done, because they all came in very... I had different creative stints, you see. I figure I'll know which one of my ramblings actually made sense, depending on who wins, I guess.
That makes sense. I mean, each apprentice has very specific strengths. Oh, not a bad idea.
That's very true. It's a shame there's no spot for you, though.
I kind of wave my hand like, I spent so long kind of mourning that. It's nice to kind of be able to appreciate the festival at this point, and plus, Lord knows I'll be able to make money some other way.
Oh.
Through the music, of course. It's not a big deal. It's just...
Is there still the empty spot that was there earlier when we came to visit?
It's still, that was actually for Art and Hilm, I think.
Because this is just visual art.
Yeah, this is visual art.
Okay.
I mean, there are bard contests around.
Because I would love to see a bard contest, so I was just curious.
But you guys are gonna stay at this art contest and see what happens, right?
Yes. At least that's what I'm planning on doing.
All right. Is the judge coming?
Same.
Oh, yes, the judge is coming.
Okay. The judge arrives.
Oh God.
Luella,
I go to a corner. I do that.
She's legit like getting ready.
right.
Yes.
The hat transforms you into the hat of the skies. Transforms you into the tall, which is, I mean, it's a bit new for you.
I'm towering over everyone and I'm loving it. He carries this
this half-elf, Judge Dwingvelt, just carries this appalling, snobbish presence. That's sort of how you've learned to sort of walk around as him. And there is a set of spots, because this is going to be taking place in sort of like an open-air courtyard near one of the fountains, and there's a stage for the artists and whatnot. And eventually a retinue of guards show up. Several of them take point at a private section where it appears they've built a sort of balcony to sort of like set the stage. You notice that the Count is seated up there along with Queen Anais, or Queen. Oh gosh, I forgot how to.
Or Anais?
I almost said a gumball.
Queen, I
character's
forgot.
name. Oh gosh, where is she?
That's literally her name. Queen, I forgot.
No, it's not. It's Queen Anais. I think it's Anais. That's weird that they have the same name. Anyways, watch Gumball. That's great. She is seated up there as well. You are. What do you do as the judge?
As the judge, kind of looking around, I'm seeing where everybody's at. I'm seeing kind of where people are seated. Now, is Rendent anywhere in sight?
Give me a perception check.
I can do that. I got it done.
Can't make out. There's a lot of people excited. They're very excited about the results of this.
I kind of go over to where, not upstairs, but there's kind of a private place where everything else is blocked off, and it seems like people higher ups are sitting there. I'll go over and I'll take a seat.
All right. The Count looks over to you and gives you a nod. And then he sort of leers at you at the same time. And he says, I thought I told you to get rid of the kobold. It's still up there.
Oh, yes, I know. There was a complication with the kobold. However, I believe that it won't be a problem, trust me.
Deception check.
Okay, got this. And 13.
Let's find out.
Oh shit. No, I do not deceive him.
No, you don't. Do you want to use any donation dice?
Oh, let's see what I got. I think I am. Wait, I got 2 d12s. Yeah, let's use a d12. Oh yeah, still it's not.
No. He pauses, looks towards the queen, and sort of curls a finger towards you and says, "All right, no, let's go talk. Excuse me, Your Highness." And she just rolls her eyes and stays seated. You follow, and he takes you a little ways around the corner, and just sort of he's red in the face as he says, "There's no complications with this. That's the queen."
Yes, I understand. Count, sir, and I understand the kobold situation is dire. However, there has been other things to be taken care of. I understand this is very important to you. However, I do not believe the kobold will win.
You don't believe? That means you're not going to choose him, because you're one of the votes.
Oh no, I know. I'm not going to choose him.
Great.
Of course not.
Great.
It's kobold. What do you expect?
It's just, he's up there. The fact that he's up there tells people things.
Yes, I guess it does.
Well, fire whoever made this a complication, okay? Get them out of the city.
Yes, of course. Apologies, sir.
And he's just very annoyed. And returns to his seat. What are the rest of you doing?
I guess Cage is just grabbing a drink and looking on.
Alright.
Brings back a couple
Yeah,
of drinks.
Miyako's gonna do the same. She's gonna kind of just like be next to him, kind of like having a drink with her and kind of surveying the crowd and make sure nothing like fishy is going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check. From everybody except for Lulu. You are occupied.
If my thing would work.
Some strong
I'm gonna
drinks.
roll that with advantage. Sorry about that.
It's those festival mimosas. They're really strong.
Ooh, potent.
Mine was bad too. Oh, God.
I might need to go make another one real quick.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm on my
Miyako.
third round, so
Ooh. Miyako, you do see Rendent, actually. He's wearing his titular green and golden sort of inlaid cape and such as he moves what looks like a floating how to describe, like a floating base covered with a big cloth. Yeah.
wait, so he's like moving that?
Sort of like with magic, apparently. He's sort of just like pushing it on this sort of floating.
Okay, she's gonna nudge she's gonna nudge Cage, and she's gonna be like, and kind of just like nods over to where Rendon is. She's like, look, there's Rendon.
And he disappears behind the stage.
Kind of a call Maddox over.
Okay.
I go, Rendent has been spotted behind the stage.
He just disappeared behind there.
I kind of look over there to the backstage area, and I am just going to subtly cast. Which one was it? Dusk and Dawn.
Nice.
That allows me to make the area over there, reduce the illumination quite a bit, increase the shadows.
It's
And
probably
I'm going to.
around dusk at this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to make my way over there and try and slip into the shadows and use my stealth to kind of keep an eye on Rendon.
Okay. You roll a stealth check. There are guards to sort of stop people from getting into the back of the stage. They let Rendent through. Cage and Miyako, do you want to make stealth checks as well?
I'll try.
I'm gonna
We know
grab
this.
Miyako and just look at her and be like, no,
Yeah.
What if he needs our help?
he'll be fine. He just faced down a hole of Slatty. If there's anyone who can get away,
This is
it's
true.
us.
Yeah, and almost died because of it.
We need to let him work. We'll cover him from here.
Okay. Man.
As I'm looking at all her heavy armor and going, kink, kink.
Clunk, clunk, clunk.
Is there any way to slip past these guys, or
That's what the stealth check is for. You can do it with advantage because you've turned the lights down.
sure? Actually, I stop and I look back at the two of them and I say, perhaps you can't assist me. Could you possibly distract them for but a moment?
Miyako smirks, and she goes,
Without causing an alarm, Miyako, please.
and she kind of like rolls her eyes, and she goes, look. She's like, Just because I'm a fighter doesn't mean I don't know how to charm my way past the guard.
We don't need to get
Like,
past them. We just need to distract
Yes.
them. So follow
Yes.
me. I'll kind of grab her hand and just kind of head over toward the guards. Just near them, and then I'm gonna just have like my drink in the back, and I'm gonna move in close to Miyako and just kind of give her like a kiss on the cheek, and then just tell her in her ear like, just go with this.
You say
And
so.
I start stumbling around, and I start spilling the drink all over the guard.
And she starts. Okay, so she starts like giggling like mad, and like yeah, like she starts giggling. You know, kind of like along with them.
All right.
Yeah.
Now there are two guards here. One of them
Yeah.
is wearing a rainbow band. The other is actually he's actually like a legit guard. Damn, Maddox. And which one do you go for?
I just the legit guard.
Legit guard?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
rainbow
Yeah.
band guy's not really has his heart in it. Like,
He doesn't really care.
Yeah.
ugh, I'm just getting paid, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just spill the this acrid beer down into his armor, and he oh gosh, what are you?
I go, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I just start trying to pat him down, like, oh,
Yeah, and Miyako's just like standing there, and she's like just like giggling like crazy.
Oh my
I'm sorry.
gosh. No,
Oh.
back.
oh,
It's fine. It's fine. Are you all right?
I'm all right. Yes, of course.
Is she all right?
Oh yes, she'll be just fine.
I'm sure we'll be okay.
I just wing at him. Like,
Yeah. You should probably go clean that off. I'm sure your buddy here can handle some stuff.
it's quite
him?
all right.
Oh, come on. And he just starts rolling his eyes and just like trying to dry himself off. Maddox, man, you get past this no problem, because the Rainbow Guard is getting a kick out of this. He's been waiting for something fun like this to happen.
I'll just slowly walk away with Miyako and just keep apologizing.
Mhm.
Okay.
Like we're like stumbling away to like make it look real.
And you get into the back of the stage. Now, it's not very large, but it is at least within like 20 feet of the other artists. And you also notice that there is some spaces where they put like supplies in case the artists need them. You also see that Rendent is actually hunched over here, sort of trying to prime something underneath the shroud that he's laid over this. You know what it is. You've seen it before. A large stone circle that has been sort of cemented together with various bricks that have runic carvings all over it. And he does appear to be focused on this. And he is apparently trying to like wedge this extra brick in, because he seems very annoyed with this. But he keeps looking up, sort of peeking out under the curtain to see what's happening out onto the stage and whatnot.
Okay, so this is like another one of the big bads, right?
You know that he...
Like a lieutenant. Like lieutenant level.
Yeah, he's probably lieutenant level.
Because I just really want to black bolt this dude right now. So when you say it's under a shroud, you mean like an actual
sheet,
like a blanket,
Yeah.
a sheet blanket. Okay. And I know we broke something off of there that was roughly in the shape of whatever he's trying to fix on it now.
Yeah.
So he's still ready to do whatever he's planning to do to this festival. He's found a way to fix it.
It sort of looks like it.
Oh, shit. I really wish I could just talk on my earring to communicate telepathically with
If
you
only.
guys.
If only. Oh,
That would be
shit, that's
so
right.
helpful,
Lulu, we still had Norstar, the many, invisible. He's probably hanging around with you, I guess? That or Rembu?
Okay. So disguised as the judge, obviously. Go over to Rembu. I'm like, what do you think?
You are not the judge type.
Oh, come on. I see. I can hold myself with a air of ridiculousness. Like, look how snobby I am.
Well, when you put it that way, yeah, I could see you in your courtroom.
Yeah, I told you. Anyway.
You know,
She learned from
he
the
sort of
best.
thinks better of himself. Oddly enough.
All right. So Rembu, I don't know if you know, people were trying to capture you in the spell book that we told you about before. That you got it taken care of?
Yeah. That's all good.
Oh, you're such a fucking liar.
No, not. You didn't roll your instinct check. I'm totally fine. Like, I'm a Slad Lord. No measly baby spell is going to rip out my Slad control gem.
Okay. Let's say that I trust you, but just to keep in touch with my other friends, would you be able to, I don't know, do a weird mind connection because you're very Slad Lordish.
I am kind of Slad Lordish. It's true. Well, let's figure this out, I guess.
Old time's sake, come on.
Oh, shit. Okay. And that is when the back of the elf's head gets ripped open by a projectile that bursts out from the back of his head. There is a particular zoom as it suddenly begins to arc towards the tower, floating in the middle of the city.
Shoot! But
What?
fuck me! Oh shit!
And,
she's talking to this dude, and his head just exploded. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
well, the
like
back
in
of
front
his
of
head.
everybody.
The back of his head.
Like in front of everybody.
Yes, but here's the thing. It's an illusion. So almost immediately, the illusion sort of rebuffs itself, like it sort of flickers for a moment, but then it sort of rebuffs itself. And
And it looks normal.
it looks normal.
Oh my god.
Does it cause a panic, though?
Yeah, like do people like
No, it's sort of just in the
notice
middle of the crowd. People just sort of think it's like some sort of, some bard playing a prank.
it?
Why do you enjoy scaring the
It just
shit out of
exploded.
me?
Yeah, that's funny.
Who would
That
do
was
that?
not that was not cool. Why? Why would you do that?
He sort of looks confused for a moment, and then he says, Lulu, you still know the way to my gallery?
Probably.
Okay, go talk to Art when I leave. You should probably go to my gallery and get the other half of my Slad control gem. And then he sort of like, his eyes sort of roll back into the back of his head, and he begins to walk away.
Rembu, Renbu, just not responding at all.
No.
I kind of go up and I go towards him. Are his eyes opened? Because I kind of.
His eyes are open, but they're just the whites. If you try to step in front of him, he almost like walks up.
Walks you over.
Yeah, walks on you.
Shit. Okay. I am. Oh, go ahead.
You have this this patron of the Count who has used his influence and wealth as the court artist to leverage a lot for the Slatty. He's currently bent over in this shroud, apparently trying to work something, and then you hear the blaring of horns announcing the start of the art contest, and Judge Dwingvelt's brother begins to present.
Oh man, I feel like you're just begging me to backstab this guy.
It's up to you.
He wants to so bad, you just know it.
I think, God, that's gonna bring a lot of guards though. Do I have any, like, because we've been traveling in and out of the sewers and stuff like that, do I have any idea where the nearest sewer grate would be?
Sewer grate?
Like
yeah, it's nearby the fountain, about, I'd say 50 feet away.
Oh, then. Okay, that's within my reach. And I'm just gonna do it.
You have advantage.
I mean, I'm an attacker cat. That's what I do.
Yep. That's what you do.
So from where I am going to cast Arrow of Dusk.
Even if he burns shield, that's not going to work. Okay. 8 damage. Plus... Oh, where is he?
10 for the backstab.
Okay.
And with my bonus action, I am going to run up behind him and just, like, grab him right around his throat and then put my claws into either side of his neck. And I say, scream and you'll die quickly.
Alright. Intimidation?
Intimidation.
Just the base. Just the base.
No advantage?
No.
Boom.
Ooh,
You don't even need it, man. Come on.
that's pretty good. Alright, so he is completely caught off guard. The Arrow of Dusk sinks into his side, and before he can let out a scream of even pain, you are there, claws, just the tips, just tentatively touching his very soft skin. His conditioned... no. And he has...
lotion on.
Oh yeah, this guy is fancy as hell. And not only that, you look at his eyes, and although they do carry this big sense of terror, you realize they're sort of bloodshot, and you see his complexion, it's sort of heavily foundationed, like he's trying to cover up this, like, pale, this very pale, unfortunate side effect. Because you can smell this rancid, very spicy scent coming off of his breath, his skin, and you see that his hands are sort of like, they're out, but they're like frozen with shock. What do you do?
Okay. He doesn't say anything at all, or
He's just looking
frozen?
around wildly.
I say, I see you're trying to fix your device. What does it do?
It's a portal to limbo. I have to open it.
A portal?
A gateway.
Huh, I think not. And I kind of squeeze a little bit, not enough to cause damage, but definitely kind of sinking the claws in a little bit more. I said, will it work without this piece?
Oh, of course it needs the piece to work. That's what I've spent this whole time fixing.
No. And I just kind of, God, I'm just done with this dude at this point. I mean, he's lame. He's been lame since the very beginning, very condescending. I mean, I'm just going to actually just grab him while I have him the way he is, and I'm just going to, slam his face down into the piece that he's trying to fix. Try and break it off with his face, pretty much.
Wow.
What would you like me to roll for that?
Strength. Let's roll strength.
Okay.
I break the thing with his face.
I break it with his face.
Can I add a dice to that?
Yes.
Alright. I might as well.
-1. Whoa, whoopsie.
What just happened?
16. Ah.
What did he roll?
He rolled 16.
Oh man. Can I add another dice?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Damn it. I just want this to happen because it's awesome. So I need to get 4 more.
Yep.
What?
Oh, that's mean. That is mean.
No!
Oh
You
my god.
got any more?
Damn it!
Do you have
There it
any
is.
more?
Yes, I got
No.
20.
There it is.
He's, oh my god.
Let's say that's less dice for Anatar, so your boss battle will last longer.
Thanks. Okay, so
okay.
you sort of slam his face into the. Let's just go ahead and let's just do just a base, like, 7 damage. Okay. What's your strength modifier?
Oh, I don't even know if I have one. It's 1.
1. Okay, so he takes that much damage. Okay. And it stings. From what you can tell, his face comes back up, and he's struggling against you now in full earnest, but he's very weak. And that is when you notice the crackle of arcane energy at his fingertips. And he tries to bring his hands down onto the stone.
Can I use my Mage Slayer reaction?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Since I still have him grabbed around by his throat. So that piece didn't break off when I smashed his face into it?
No, it did not.
Okay, so as he starts casting his spell, I say, we'll just do it this way instead. And I just dig in with my claws and just rip his throat out.
Alright, let's see if he can do this.
I may have to add dice, I don't know.
You might have to. 7 does not hit. Hi, Dragon Turtle Games. It's just another day at the office where we roll an 11 with our D These D12s
Oh,
are
shit.
They're
not
brutal.
good.
They are so
15.
brutal.
15.
15?
Only a 15 hits.
Barely.
Oh, man.
Oh god.
It barely.
Hey, you know
hits.
what? I actually agree with Abby on dice affecting the outcome of things all the time, so I'm actually okay with using a lot of these dice, but that is frustrating a little.
It is.
I mean, you saw what it did to the Roxasha.
Very low odds
and-
on those D12s.
Yeah.
That is tragic. I'm so sorry.
Gibbs coming in
It's
clutch.
okay.
Yeah.
It's still helping the story along. So.
That it is.
Do you want to roll damage?
Yes, I really do.
Okay. Gotta do a certain amount. Anything else?
3 point. Well, I mean, 1 point disrupts the spell, right?
That's right, it does. But it doesn't kill him. So the spell
That's
gets
fine.
disrupted, but he's going to try to continue to cast it after... Oh no, because now it's your turn. So now you need to attack.
Okay. So I just kind of. Does he like fall to the ground at all? When because I kind of just went with one of those.
Yeah, but he's still trying to, he sort of rolls on his side and tries to, like, roll away from you as he's trying to fling off the cloth so he can get at the runic stones that he's created here.
Man, this guy doesn't want to quit, does he?
No, but he is bleeding profusely.
That's not enough. Okay.
Okay.
What do I do? I do one of those.
You go. While you get your next attack rolling, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
I am one roll away from summoning on the slab. Oh shit.
It's freaking Panther time.
Yeah, at this point. So yes, this is the last of my champagne.
No, I gotta go make another one after this.
Trying to nurse it, but it's not helping. It's getting more tense.
I just felt like letting this go would have been a bad idea. You know, or like waiting for him to walk away or like whatever.
Yeah, no, you being back there was huge. Needed to happen.
I didn't want to start the fight without you guys, but I didn't see an option.
It's kind of Maddox's thing at this point. Just he likes to open up the can, you know.
Yeah. I open up the can and everyone else is like, "Is there a fight?" Or
Is there a fight? What's happening? What's happening?
Oh.
is there a fight happening? Maybe we should go help Maddox because apparently.
They're just looking over at Miyako like, "Oh, it's happening again."
Wait, what did I
Doing
miss?
it again.
What did I miss?
Amazing.
Start hearing the
No, I'm definitely in silent assassin mode on this one.
Oh, Gibbs, it's good to see you.
Ghibli.
So, to catch up, Gibbs, they sort of hung around the art festival to sort of like make sure everything went down without a hitch, and it turned out Luella was chatting with Rembu, and then his Slad control gem popped out of the back of his skull and zoomed towards Antar's Dark Tower. And now, Maddox is trying to kill Rendent before he casts a spell that could activate this runic gatestone. We're still waiting the result of.
Just leap on this dude's back, and as I'm doing it, I'm going to pull out my rapier and do the old graceful slide into his spine.
All right.
Vicious. We're getting vicious. Is this normal? Or is it shadowy enough to get advantage? I don't know.
Nope.
Normal?
It's normal.
Yes, sir. 19!
19. That'll hit. 8 damage. Alright.
Is he still alive?
He's still flailing about with last fruitful gasps of air. He's sort of rolling onto his back, sort of trying to like pitifully like sort of slap you away. His fingertips glowing with some sort of cruel arcane magic as he sort of tries to make room so he can just like lay it onto the sigil stone. And he starts to cast that spell again.
I am going to, pull my dagger off my, I got it on my chest, and pull it off, and I'm just going to try and pin one of his hands to the ground with it.
Roll an attack.
So we don't know that this is going on, right?
No. 14. Does not hit. You missed. Ooh, I heard another roll. Oh! Look at that, you hit. Actually, wait. No, I think it's good. Okay. No, I checked. Yep, so you hit. Do some dagger damage. Say what?
Viewers, thank you so much for donating.
Yeah, seriously. This is a big deal.
So I'm gonna pin his hand to the ground as he's trying to cast and just
Alright.
Damage.
4 damage. You're able to grab the knife and sort of drive it down into his palm, inches away from the stone surface of this gate stone he's crafted. And you see that crackle of purple energy sort of collide between his fingertips until it sort of arcs down his own arm. The spell not finding the recipient, and he lies there struggling, pushing against you, sort of smearing blood into your blue fur as he sort of like tries to grab your like throat to try to like strangle you or push you off, but his weak grip can't muster the strength, and very soon that cut you made begins to bleed and bleed until he goes still.
He did.
And you can hear now you've been so focused on this that you haven't heard what's been going out on stage. They have been presenting the artists, and Dwingvelt sort of introducing each of them, hesitating before he gets to Pikri. His loud voice, loud enough for all of you to hear. I think, Luella, you're probably searching for Miyako and Cage.
At this point, I'm searching for Art, actually.
For Art. She is on stage.
Yeah, I think we're both like still chilling in the.
Yeah, Art is on stage.
Okay. So this time I'm trying to grab her attention and trying to tell her to go off stage.
Okay. She is sort of just standing very primly beside her painting with a shy smile on her face, looking out into the crowd. Hiln Girdleby, hands on her hips, looking as confident and proud as she can with her wide art piece. Othal, naked. Not even like
still naked.
Yes, like not even trying to put like on a performance, but the sheer weight of her strength, as well as the dazzling array of tattoos that shimmer and shift on her pale skin, it's daunting. It's
I
dazzling.
just look
And then-
over at Miyako and I go, this is turning into a party.
Yeah. And then it's
I don't
Pingree,'s
like
painting, which is more traditional but refreshing, and also a very heavy piece of Braunfeld history. And you can see the Count has his face knitted with scorn. And then Dwingbelt sort of raises his arm and says, "And now, to present the lovely array, and to stand for what the Festival of Colors means to so many, few words from the Count's patron, Rendent." And then the curtain lifts,
No,
and Maddox, you are
Oh, son of a-
blinded by light
Son
as
of a.
you are sitting on top of Rendent's body, your dagger nailing his hand into the wooden floorboard.
So
Blood.
Kay's just one of the spit takes.
Yeah, blood
Yeah, Miyako's like,
sprayed
oh.
over the entire stage.
Shit.
You yourself, your fur covered in it. And there is a
She-
loud gasp.
She turns to Miyako's gonna turn to Cage. Don't you have the Shroud of Darkness spell?
So do
I
you.
thought you did. I do?
Yeah. So I'm able to cast darkness once a day as a tiefling. So I just go, and I just
Yeah. 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 She
so I'm
doesn't- she
blanket the
doesn't-
stage and just cover it.
Yeah.
It's so in tune with your spit take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. It just
Oh
and
my
like
god.
so.
I'll just go cast the spell like.
Okay, yeah. And then the stage, after this grisly scene, is shrouded in darkness, and people start to scream. And then they start to, like, mutter to each other. They're not certain whether to run or to stay where they are. Maybe it's an act, maybe what's going on. And it is just absolute panic. Maddox, what do you do? Darkness suddenly, like, encapsulates you. You, what do you do? Oh, you run into the sewers?
I don't know what I do. Because I kind
would.
of don't want to just leave. I mean, everybody saw me, right? So leaving the body at this point's not gonna like. Oh, we don't know who did it.
Good
We
game.
need to have
Good
clues.
game, everybody. Everybody did a good job.
Cage, Maddox, and Miyako, you each get a D4 from Gibbs.
Gibbs.
And that means it's time for some
Yeah.
bones.
I'll be back.
It's time for the
Gibbs.
Time for some bones. Gibbs, do you have a color preference? Or do you always want blue, from what I understand?
Shoot.
She
What do
is
you
a-
do, sir? What do you do?
I'd like to try an system and maybe buy him some time and go. And,
Oh, it was Abby! I'm sorry. I'm so used to affection from Gibbs. Oh my
It
goodness.
was totally Gibbs. It wasn't me. Whatever.
Okay.
Abby.
What do you guys do?
I'd like to kind of cover for him and maybe buy him some time and like just kind of go. This is the best festival I've ever been to, and just start clapping. Amazing! Like
I'm just imagining everybody running around.
oh, performance.
It's being like, it's the best
No,
festival
no,
I've ever been to.
Give me a performance check. Or a deception or performance, whichever you
Okay.
prefer.
For my
That's bad. Disadvantage. Disadvantage!
Disadvantage.
For this, for my part, I'm gonna try and grab the cloth and pull it off of the thing and pull it over Rendon's body.
Oh. Shit, son. Shit.
No!
Oh.
Not one!
Gibbs, all I need is your smile and your beautiful presence in chat. Don't worry.
I tried, buddy!
Jesus.
That's so awesome, dude.
It's like there's sudden silence.
I'm like the only a-hole just clapping and laughing. Like,
Yeah.
this is amazing.
And everybody looks at the tiefling and is like, "Ugh, tieflings.
Fucking tiefling.
Ugh."
It's okay, I hit a stereotype. That's fine.
Only they would take pleasure out of this.
Of course.
And then, Maddox, you sort of get an idea on where the cloth is, and you sort of throw it over Rendent. What do you do after that?
Do I need to roll anything to do that, or is
Stealth.
it just kind of happens?
Yeah.
Or sleight of hand?
No,
What's the
this
same
is. I'm actually saying like this is going to be for stealth check after the darkness. People start like rushing forward and investigating, and trying to look for you. Yeah, so you rolled pretty high. Where do you want to go? Do you want to stay where you are?
No. I want to run away from where I am. I am going to just run straight to the sewer. I mean, trying to hide behind things and, duck and bob and weave and all that as much as I can, but I'm going to go to the sewer and try and disappear down in there and pull it back over the top of myself and make a hasty retreat from my blatant murder.
Yeah, you do this. And after you disappear, guards rush to the stage. They begin sweeping throughout the crowd, sort of pushing people back, telling them to disperse. Several guards that are not Braunfels guards, they are the Queen's Guard, quickly escort her away.
Good.
Yeah, like very, very swiftly. And the Count follows.
Yeah, I can maintain concentration on this sucker for 10 more minutes, so
Okay.
I'll just hold it there, trying to cover the scene.
Lulu, as far as you know, the only thing that happened was a lot of people screamed, and then,
One singular person clapping.
this is the best festival I've ever seen.
Okay.
Clearly, your friend Kaje More.
Lily takes a second to kind of like, oh my god, okay. And then she's going to try to go to the front and look for Art.
She has rushed off the stage, and is sort of like clutching her hands to her face, just
Yeah.
like very like appalled at what just happened.
I'm going to go up to her, and if I see her, I'm immediately going to be like, I need your help. Something just happened.
Something did just happen!
No, that happened, yes. We need to go to Limbo. We need to go to the gallery. Can you
What?
help me? We need to go to the gallery. Can you help me?
The gallery!
We need... And I kind of lower my voice and I look around to make sure nobody else is looking. We need to get Rambu's other half of the gem, I think.
The other half!
Yes!
I thought there was only one!
I thought so too! Apparently there's two halves! He said something weird, and then his eyes went totally white, and he's walking towards the weird tower with the wizard. I need your help, Art.
Hold on.
Please.
Okay. We have to get out of here. There's been a murder.
I think that was... Okay, yes. We'll get out of here. We'll go to Red. We'll go to Limbo, yes. Okay, yes.
And then she sort of leans in and says, I think it was Maddox.
I wouldn't be surprised. I thought I heard like a meow, but I wasn't going to say anything.
Okay. Where do you go? Do you collect Miyako and...
I can be a silent assassin when I want to. Come on.
I mean, you're silent.
Yeah. If they see me or if I see them, I'll probably motion them over, but at this point, I'm just more concerned of I'm concerned with getting to Limbo. That's like the first priority.
Okay. Hiln is rushing over. She is like wide-eyed. Othal looks unfazed. Pikri has grabbed his picture and is carrying it over his head, trying to follow you guys.
He goes, wait! Don't leave! Not yet! I haven't won! I have to win first!
Okay, so I look at Hilm and I look at
You have to
Paul.
declare me the winner! Quick!
Okay, yes.
Judge
Pikri.
Greenbelt, you're the only one who can vote!
Yes, you're the winner. Congratulations.
Yay!
Get to Limbo.
Okay!
And then Art sort of says, I can't just warp us to Limbo! I mean, not without the right materials!
What materials do you need? And
I'm not gonna tell you right here!
No. I look to Hilm. Hilm, paintbrush. Will the paintbrush help?
Paintbrush. I got it.
Will it help?
I mean,
You need to go
she
to Limbo
sort of looks
right now.
to Art like, I don't know, what the fuck. And then she looks over to Othal, and Othal sort of shrugs. And Art says, oh my god. Okay, no, first, safe place. We need to go somewhere we can talk.
Okay.
Helen says, I know a good flop house.
Yes, Flophouse. Let's go.
Let's go. And then they all run.
I run after them. Two
Alright.
halflings, a tiefling thingy, Rakshasa, and a...
Alright, so you go to the flop house in the Roaming Moss Square, leaving the Moonwell Square behind. And goodly gosh darn. What a delightful event. So, Maddox?
What did I mean?
Hopefully I
Maddox
didn't mess up everything right then.
No, this was beautiful. Maddox, what do you do in the sewers once you're down there?
Jeez. Does it sound like people are chasing after me at all?
Oh yeah, the guards are going crazy.
Or that they're following me into the sewers?
No, they did not see you go into the sewers, actually. As far as you can tell, the killer disappeared in a shroud of darkness. And they do not know where he went. But they are running all around above you, frantically, trying to
I'm
get
gonna just kind of
order
duck
back.
into a corner and increase the shadows, where I am, and just wait and see if anybody starts coming down into the sewers. Then I'll bolt. But for right now, I'm just gonna kind of step off to the side and wait and see if I'm being followed.
Make a perception check. Okay. You sit in this corner in the sewers, listening, waiting, mistaking every single drop of water and the rushing of the downhill stream as possibly an enemy. Until you see crawling through one of the colored holes is a kobold who catches you off guard. He gets closer long before you can really see him, so he might take you off guard. So you might do that cat thing where you like tail up, rah!
Yeah,
But-
I definitely react, and I'm like all wide-eyed with the ears back.
And he is. You fought this kobold before. Ooh. They're chasing you on motorcycles now. He actually is the Dragon Shield of the Kobold clan from before. He's sort of wielding this long spear. He's wearing armor that has sort of been it's a little too big for him, but he's sort of strapped it onto his body. And you might have heard his name once or twice. It was Arkvatch. But he sort of approaches and looks at you and says, "That was a good show. I think
Yes.
I heard the Pikri one."
I'm not quite sure of the results of that part of the show.
And then behind him comes Alaire, who is dressed like a normal person. Pants, shirt, stuff like that, but he has this distasteful look on his face, and he just looks at you and gives you like this, "Oh, what have you done?" Alright. Or at least I found you. Oh no, you're muted.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Oh, he says, well, at least I found you. And Arkwatch says, good thing we came. They're looking for you. Above.
Is there a place where I may hide for a bit?
Well, you can have your choice. You can either stay with our kobold friends, because nobody bothers them, or you can actually get maybe a sort of stress relief, the warm melon. I could try to hustle you over to your gang, but that's moving through the Cobblecurve Square. If we can move fast enough, we can at least maybe keep ahead of the spreading rumor that there's a killer on the loose.
Yes, I believe that would be wise.
Then get up.
Indeed. Then get up and start walking over. Just kind of giving them the narrow-eyed cat stare while I'm doing it. Like, I'm not quite sure if I want to murder you right now.
Why do you think he has Arkwatch? And, he leads you, with Arkwatch's help, through the sewers. He complains about it the entire time. And the rest of you, go to, the flop house. I think it's called the Sleepy Minotaur, which is Hiln's current place of residence within Braunfels. Okay. And there are a lot of people drinking here tonight, so it's got a lot of noise. You guys pick, like, one of the little, like, sort of, okay, yep, yeah, oh, I'm empty.
I need a new one!
I need a new one! Ah!
Yeah.
Oh, look at him popping it on screen. I like it.
Right?
Dang.
And I need to go make a mimosa real quick.
I need to. I feel like I should drink more, but I have work tomorrow, so it always like hits me like the next morning. That's the problem.
Oh, no.
I know.
Well,
So it's like, do I drink another one?
Just
Do I
drink the
not?
orange juice in the same glass.
No one will ever know, right?
But, yes. You guys are in the Sleepy Minotaur. And there are the three artists, and Pikri, sort of with his giant portrait, hanging around with you guys, in one of the little, like, you know, I don't know how to, like, the word for it, but it's like, the floor goes like this, so it's like a slope, and it's like lots of cushions.
Like the pit, or...
Yeah, it's like a pit for pillows where people sleep.
Yeah,
in the
it's
flop
like
house.
it's like, you know, how the Romans used to like hang out.
Exactly. And Art is sort of sitting, her eyes sort of vacant. Othal is drinking tap water. And
Is she still naked?
thankfully, they required her to put something on. So at the very least, she brought with her a set of clothes, we'll say. They're a little small on her, though. And you do see Hiln. She's drinking. And the three of them just sort of look to Lulu, sort of a little cautiously. You're not the judge anymore, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
And they say, well, what happened?
So there was an illusion, I think, of the gem flying out the back of Renbu's head. he looked at me and he said, you might, and you know how he's usually joking and blah, 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 dead serious, and said, you may want to get, do you remember the way to Limbo? You may want to get Art, go to Limbo and get the other half of my gem. Literally, it looked like he passed out, his eyes were all white, and then he started walking towards the tower. I think he was telling the truth. I think we need to go to Limbo. I think we need to get the other half of his gem or whatever.
If he, did he say this before or after?
Before. He passed out. He said this before he passed out. Or passed out.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Huh.
I feel like that's unlike him to say something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Extremely unlike him. He's usually a cocky prick. But
Othal swallows her mouthful of water and says, "A thorny prick."
yes. But all right. How did we get there?
Well, I had a method. It's one I have not been keen to use because I don't want to go back to Limbo until this happened. Here's what I would need. We would need a tool of Limbo to help design the doorway, to help paint it into existence. And Art just sort of waves her paint brush and says, "Yes, good job on stealing that from a slad lord." And
Yay,
she just rolls her eyes and says, "I got you covered." And then she says, "We would need special ink. The paintbrush alone will not be enough. We need an arcane inkwell. Perhaps something that can help coalesce the magic into being."
I just kind of look over at Othal.
Othal is sort of
like,
I'm running low. I probably don't have enough for a paint. Possibly the size of an ant. This was the inn for. What you see is what I have. And she just sort of like flexes to show you. Yeah, no, she's still got a bunch of tattoos on her. And she says, "I could make more, but it would require components, abstraction, synthesizing,
time.
and time.
Which we don't have.
And you need the natural environment. The city is not a place for these things. Skin painter does not buy their art. They create it, they hunt it." And then Art says, "And then the last is the canvas, which I cannot simply make.
Can you repeat that one more time? The
canvas.
The canvas. Okay, cool.
Yes. But I cannot just conjure it up out of thin air. Its magical applications can only be used once. I've already, unfortunately, used it to escape from Limbo. I would need new regents in order to make this happen. And that means wood, new paper, leather, steeped in magic. As far as I know, that's our only bet. Something arcane and spiritual within the Wildeth, perhaps. And I'm going to go ahead and bring us over to here, because the Wildeth is right here.
Hey.
The Wildeth is a gigantic forest within Tathir that sort of is this natural border between and the marvelous nation of Tathir. Now, you're also close to the Starspire Mountains, and you do notice Athal sort of nods and says, "Starspire Mountains are good for what we need. Creatures whose blood I can transfuse." Art says, "I got what we need. I'm staying. I'm drinking. I'm washing this evening away." And she just sighs. I could have been patron. Why did you have to say Pikri won? I should have won.
And this is Hilma I'm talking to.
Yes.
I kind of just look at her like, do you know what the last patron ended up doing?
Yeah. But,
do you really want... Yeah?
well... Shit, you're right. Maddox would totally kill me.
Yeah!
No, Pikri's good. It's good for Pikri. Pikri, good job. You won.
And he goes, "I did. Better than all of you. And you even had a tutor."
And he sticks out his little red tongue at them. Little fork tongue.
Best decision I've ever made.
Yeah.
And, yeah. That's what he says. But he also continues on and says,
"Do you need... I don't know. Who needs to paint it?"
and Art says, "Well, it can be anybody, really."
And he says, "Well, I'm just offering my services in case you need a master painter."
She sort of pats him on the head and says, "Perhaps, little one, perhaps. It's dangerous, though. You have lots of duties as the patron, like..." She turns to Luella.
Like... talking... Oh, no, don't talk to the Count. No. No. I turned to Art, like...
yeah, I'm...
like making more art pieces.
Yes.
More magnificent art pieces.
of anything you want.
Especially the Countess. In fact, do you know what I think everybody would love? I think everybody would love if you transcribed that mural underground into an actual piece of the art that you could show to everybody. I'm sure.
You can show them the beauty of your people.
I'm sure not only your clan would love that, but the Count and everybody in Braunfels would be absolutely
You could show
stunned.
all of these stuck-up nobles here how much true culture there is amongst the kobolds.
You're absolutely right. There's only one way to change the world, and that is with the power of instituting an excellent and profound art exhibit.
Yes.
I need an exhibit.
Yes, you do. Do you know who I think would very much be a helpful part of this exhibit? I think you should go find Alair and see if he will help you with this art exhibit. I'm sure he could be a very big help for you.
He, at this, he sort of withdraws within himself, and he says,
I've been wondering as well, if perhaps now that my standing in Braunfels is very high, how does one propose?
Propose what precisely?
Because with kobolds, you don't exactly propose. You just invite. You invite them for this purpose. It's not very ritualistic.
Yes.
You people are very ritualistic.
Yes, we are. Maybe how at least I, as a halfling, would either propose or expect to be proposed. And at this, she looks over at everybody with really big eyes, like,
Shit.
She Hilton speaks up. You buy a condo, and then you get into the bed. A bed that is too big for either of you.
I feel that maybe you should talk to Alaire first. Have a very, very long, very honest, open-hearted discussion about what you both want for the future.
She's sort of like into her drink, bear it all.
And then after that can go the condo and the bed thing.
Othala says, you merely need to be honest with your partner. And then do as Hild says. Throw them over your shoulder. Take them to your path.
Kay just looks over at Othala. Wow.
These two know what's going on. Yeah.
Art says, do whatever you want, as long as it makes you happy. Like Miyako. I mean, she's happy hitting things.
Yeah. Look at Miyako and how happy she is hitting things and her weird thing.
Pickery, do you want to stay here for the night as you ruminate on this? And he goes, of course.
I will go nap, but first I must get more cider.
Who's paying for this? And Art says, I've got it. It's fine. I've got it.
Alright, I feel like you've done a lot. You're good?
I mean, I was expecting to get a lot of income from this, but that's only if I won. And you can't really win when the queen departs, the count is racist, and the judge has an adorable kobold friend. Oh, and also that the patron is dead.
Yes. Patron is dead. And also, I think the judge is dead too. Dead. Actually, no, not a big deal. And she just really goes back into her drink like, no.
Yeah, okay, now they're gonna blame that on me too. Thank you.
Okay. So I might have dressed up as the judge and pretended to be the judge for this. It's whatever. It's not a big deal.
Oh, well, we should definitely sit down and see which would be the fastest ways to acquire such reagents for this spell. Because if that wizard Anatar is sinister as Maddox believes him to be, you don't want him in charge of probably one of those powerful beings I have ever set my eyes on.
I swear, that idiot. Oh no, I've got everything. What do you think? Sladlord would be able to give...
We tried our best to warn him.
He's just so... Okay, yeah, whatever.
So,
even so,
Maddox, wait, actually, do you guys have anything else you want to discuss?
Well, also, are we going to the Starspire Mountain, or are we going into the Weldith Forest?
There are multiple options. So here's the thing. Othal tells you that you will have to probably hunt a Bahir in the Starspire Mountains in order to get the regents that she needs. She describes it as such. A Bahir is an enemy of dragons. A long, multi-limbed centipede of scale and flesh. A child of lightning. Very conceited. Rembu and Bahirs will get along. Or they would argue endlessly.
I feel like it could go either way.
That's true. That is all I require of Starspire Mountains with your aid. I do not need help cutting herbs and mashing mushrooms. And then Art says...
What do you need help?
Whereas simply because a Behir will not probably give away its internal organs by request. You would have to kill it.
Excuse me, can you cut yourself open so we can have your heart? Oh yes, of course.
Well, you could also just have it swallow you whole, so you could cut out from the inside out. Which it is prone to do.
Well, I mean, I don't know how powerful its stomach acid is, but if it doesn't kill you instantly, and if you don't run out of oxygen, that is a very good option.
It's if it cares to swallow air, which I expect it will simply swallow the rest of you.
It's probably pretty bad, yes.
Yeah.
It's a fierce creature. But for the regents required for art portal to Limbo, that is possibly a good means of proceeding.
Is there any other options besides that?
I turn to Art with my eyebrows raised.
She shrugs and says, the planar dimensions are difficult. Using regions from a Behir, which is already a creature steeped in arcana, it's certainly something to consider. The fact that it is attuned to lightning might help us rip open the tear we need more appropriately. It won't be easy, though.
Don't expect it to be.
I don't think any of this is going to be easy at this point. We're not looking for easy, we're just looking for something.
So, quick question.
Yes.
Behirs being enemies of dragons. This tall or... I just keep raising my hand.
Really? No.
She just looks from one. She looks from. She looks one end of the establishment to the other and just sort of gives you a nod. Bigger.
Oh.
Great.
Why is nothing ever easy?
Because life is never easy, Lulu.
Nor is art.
Nor is Art.
Not art at this level.
This is an entirely different piece I wish I would not ever have to produce. The canvas I need is probably within the Wildeth. There is a spirit tree in which I'm certain we can get to. Now that she sort of like starts to... She begins to become very uncomfortable. But she continues and says, the Wildeth is home to several elves. These tribes are not all benevolent. They revere the forest. And carving off the wood I need would likely be seen as, possibly, an intrusion and mutilation of their home. I understand that the Count has had very tenuous relationships with these elves. You'd either have to speak to them about this, or take it and run. Or perhaps perform it on the spot, which means we need the Behir first.
Lulu, don't you have that hat of disguise? You could potentially pose as one of them.
Can you speak Elvish?
Lulu kind of opens her mouth and then...
No.
Are you able to out of that book?
The book?
The book that you have?
I would have to cut out my tongue to be able to...
Oh.
Yeah. I could act as a mute elf. I'm not sure how well that would work out, or if they have any type of sign language with which to communicate, which I would not know.
You could always fake it.
It's true.
I could always fake speaking Elvish or fake doing sign language.
Yes. I mean, you've seen Scoot
That's right.
do it. So
Scoot, he's a furbolg.
Yeah.
Those are people of the forest. They're very good druids.
Oh.
He could help us.
I turn to Maddox. Is there any way to contact your friends to get them to
Maddox
help
isn't
us?
there, is he?
You're not there. You're in the sewers. Never mind.
Yeah.
Who
You
the
turn-
fuck is
you
I
that?
turn-
turn
Yeah,
I
you
turn
turn.
everybody else. Yeah, and I'm like, wait, we should probably find
I
Maddox.
mean, you can
first
turn to
before we-
talk to me, and I appreciate the sentiment, but
Yeah. Speaking of which, where do you want them to take you?
me?
Yeah, you can tell them where you want to go, but they sort of suggested you could sort of hide out with the Kobold clan, or you could stay at Alair's place. They could try to get you into the Black.
Yeah, I'd prefer to go there if I can.
Okay, they'll try to get you there. Is there anything else you want to do once you're there?
Just send out for word what happened to the rest of my party and see if I can get them to come to me, I guess, because I don't really want to be seen right now.
Okay. I mean, you already got your spotlight.
I don't, yeah, I'm not one for the spotlight. I prefer to be less illuminated. So
The rest of you, I guess, start to talk and plan over time, and I'm gonna say
can I send one of my urchins?
yes. I was about to say. Do you try to send Blind Rabbit, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay,
If
Blind
she's there,
Rabbit.
yeah.
Yeah. So you get word out to Blind Rabbit to try to turn up here. She does, and you guys see her immediately. And she sort of crosses her arms and says, "You all are in trouble." Ooh. Yeah, all of you.
Ah,
Mm. But it's okay, the boss is fine.
Getting chastised by an 8-year-old.
It's pretty epic.
Story of your life, right?
so, who exactly is looking for us?
Oh, looking for you? Well, nobody really knows you're related to the Black. So, I guess you're fine. I mean, as far as the guard knows, I'm sure the captain will eventually put 2 and 2 together and come looking for you. Because I know you guys were signed up on the same Rainbow Guard.
I was never signed up for the Rainbow Guard.
I wasn't looking at you.
And Lulu raises her hands up like, yes.
Yes. And now they're also going to be curious about you 3, you 4. There's 4. Where is... And she looks over and sees the kobold is having a good tall cider to himself. And she crosses her arm and says, "That's a problem. If he can get alcohol, why can't I? He's the same size."
He's lived for longer than you have, my dear.
Uh-huh. Sure
You're a
thing.
child.
Trust me, the alcohol would have a lot more of an effect on you than it does on him.
Well, at least I don't have to pay
Plus.
for it. So there. Anyways, the boss, he's hiding out in the usual spot. The spot that is usual for him, which is, under the tree, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, and the moss? Yeah.
So, I don't know. Is there a message you want to, me to take? Or anything?
Tell
I
him
have a new friend.
we are at the Sleeping Pony or whatever the spot pass is.
Sleepy Minotaur?
Sleepy
Sleeping
Minotaur!
Minotaur. I knew it was sleeping something.
Yo-yo!
Tell him we're staying at the Sleeping Minotaur, and eventually we're planning on going to Limbo.
Aha. Wherever that is.
Yeah.
Alright.
He'll know what it means.
Well, let's do that then. She holds out her hand.
I put a couple of silver in her hand and also like some bread and some food. Like, there you go.
She's like, God, couldn't you give me a bag or something?
Do you want to? I don't have a bag. I'm sure you could ask.
This
me
pillow will do. And she picks up the pillow and she runs out.
That was a good pillow too.
It was.
Damn it.
What do you
See,
expect?
I mean, she is part of the field.
these small orphans are all much more sneaky than I am.
Well,
That's what you get for living in the streets, and
and having Maddox as a new father figure now?
apparently, all I had for a father figure was fucking Rembu. And she shivers a little bit, like, ugh.
Oh,
I
no!
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
thank you. For your
Hale sort of looks at you and says, you're the lucky one.
I mean, by comparison,
I look at her and I start laughing.
She just shakes her head and drink.
by comparison, Murder Cat isn't that bad.
There you go.
By comparison, Murder Cat is not that bad.
Not so bad.
Excellent. So, are we taking a long rest?
I feel like a long rest is in order.
Long rest. Delightful.
Sweet. So we get all the Hodai back, and do we get our points back too? Our HP?
Yep. Yeah, you get everything back.
Are you guys coming to meet up at the headquarters before the rest? Or are you resting there?
It's up to you guys.
I was just planning on
From the
resting.
sound of it, yeah, I think we were resting here, and then we just sent word back with Rabbit to you that where we were at.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So you could always meet up with us.
Yeah,
Especially now that it's nighttime.
yeah, I could just go to them after a rest then, because I would be really tired too after that battle and everything. And then in the morning, I would get up and head towards their location.
Okay. So is this morning now?
Yeah, it's like 8 hours later, right?
Okay, Maddox. You look up into the sky, and Anatar's tower is gone.
Huh.
Fuck me. Oh, shoot.
Well, crap.
And Scoot and Scout had to go back to get her dose, right?
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, that just happened.
You, now are you going to visit them?
Yeah, after having a long, just like sitting and staring at the spot where the tower is and just, because I know what it means to be captured by this dude, and I know she had to go back and face him after she betrayed him, and I'm just sitting there thinking about all the terrible things he's freaking doing to the both of them right now.
Oh. No, the black, has hidden them, actually.
Huh?
The black hid them. They're still hanging out with you.
Oh, but so she didn't go back to get her her dose?
No. She's still in, the place that, the Crimson used as a front. Sort of using that tavern as sort of like a hub.
Okay, I thought she had to go back to get that, or she was like in immediate peril kind of a thing.
She is.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, then the first thing I'm going to do is go find the rest of the team, but I am going to see if I can send a messenger to where Scoot and Scout are to also meet us at that place.
Okay. So you are sent down along the way. You're gonna get there first before Scoot and Scout, so you guys can have a scene together if you like. With breakfast! Mimosas and cinnamon rolls.
Of course.
I was just thinking about that.
Is there, cheers to that.
Cheers.
Is there, a back door of some kind? It's daylight, I'm guessing, at this point, right?
Do you want to stealth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, I figure there's like a manhunt of some kind for me. Because Rendon was pretty high up in the
Oh yeah.
hierarchy of the town.
Yeah, and you ruined the prime piece of the festival. I mean, Rendent would have ruined it too.
I saved the festival at that point.
You're the
I
unsung
don't know
hero.
what you're talking about, man. We totally saved the
Maddox is an
festival.
unsung hero.
We totally saved the festival. I don't know what
I'm
you're talking
not.
about.
I'm not sure if I should tell you what would have happened if I had rolled successfully against you.
You should.
I kind of want to know, honestly.
I might. I'll tell you once we close up for today. But
Giant portal to limbo in the middle of town. And creepers coming through. Yeah, that's what would have happened.
so let's go ahead and jump onto this particular instance here. Maddox, you move into the back of the room. You're able to skirt through the guard patrols. They're on high alert, but you know how to get across without being seen in this urban environment. You've been trained for this. And you go into this establishment, and
I'm going to kind of go over and sit down in the corner like I've just been there the whole time while everyone's kind of going about their stuff or just waking up or whatnot, and just kind of just watch them for a second and then say, seems like there was quite the show last night, wasn't there?
Lulu startles, like, where the fuck have you been?
All right. I had to take a small rest. I was feeling very weary from my wounds.
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm glad you survived.
Welcome back. Takes a drink.
Nod to Cage and I say, thank you for the cover. I believe it would have gone very, very poorly otherwise.
Hopefully they didn't get that good of a look at you. Memories
sure
get hazy
that I
after
really
a little bit of
show
time.
myself.
Although a large blue catman, very difficult to forget. For some.
I forgot. Blue.
I do kind of look down at my fur for a second. I say, at least they think Maddox is a black cat.
Good. Get to use that to your advantage now. So,
I have that like half-lidded cat look on my face, like I know that this is a good thing, but I'm also blue.
you're very blue. Yeah, Kay's just gonna look over at everybody and go, so, are we hunting up here? Is this something?
Hunting or what?
Is this a thing?
Whatever gets us to limbo faster is what we're doing. As much as Ranbu annoys me, we really, really need to get him back and not in the hands of that douchey slave owner.
Yeah.
We have
Anatar. Well, at least we'll be able to sneak back up there and hopefully with Maddox's help get within the tower and be in and out before anyone knows any worse.
Plus, it's really nice because we know where the tower is. We know where to find him, so...
There's a
Easily
small
enough.
wrinkle to this plan.
A wrinkle. What kind of wrinkle?
And that is.
The tower has disappeared. It's no longer there.
What do you mean, gone?
It means that unless we find a way to find him and the tower, Scoot and Scout will not be able to get this potion they need to survive.
Oh, fuck.
Can they find? Well, if anyone can find that tower, it would be Scoot and Scout. They don't have to look for Anatar, but they could find someone else within the tower, right?
Yeah, but her lack of that potion may end up messing with her abilities.
Have to act fast then.
I look to Hiln and Arton, Othal, if they're here. Would that... So, if Renbu physically isn't here, if we still get his other half of the gem, would that affect how the slave guy controls him at all?
This is
I feel
very
like-
odd. So, here's how, as I understand it, and Othal interrupts her and says, so long as someone holds that gem, they can control them.
As long as they have physical contact.
It's true.
Well, thank you. I do know this, but the gem is split in half. So if one half is with somebody else and one half is with us,
Might not have full control.
Might not have full control, but the time spent learning what and how they can persuade Renbu to do certain things is going to be... They're going to figure out how they can make him an asset at half capacity. Once they realize, which they will realize the moment they get that gem, they're going to try to retrieve the other piece, I expect.
It's going to be a race for that piece.
Yep.
which is why we gotta get him move on.
I've clearly missed something.
Oh, hey, Maddox.
I'll let you catch him up on that.
Yeah.
So,
Take another drink.
So, Renbu, it looks like Anatar has a half of his slad gem that, like, controls him, and the other half is in limbo, which we need to go to either a forest or, like, a mountainside to get to limbo to get his other half of the gem. And then we kind of just take a toss of the dice and...
We need to kill a giant building-sized behir. Don't forget that fun part.
I forgot about that, and Lulu takes her big drink, like, oh.
You notice that Othal sort of nods, her mouth chock full of cinnamon rolls.
Othal knows what's going on.
Interesting. And this must happen in order to confront him, right?
Well, we're not going to stand much of a chance with Anatar controlling half of Renbu, because even half of Renbu's power is
Stronger than us.
much stronger than us.
But we also must find a way immediately to get this medicine for Scoot and Scout. And the only place where we know to get it is the tower.
Oh, shit, I forgot about that. Scoot and Scout. Do you
So we
know...
gotta do.
We could check in with Scoot and Scout and see if they can find where Anatar has gone.
Well-
They should be here soon. I already sent message to them.
They're gonna arrive pretty soon. You guys want them to?
Yeah.
Okay, so they arrive. Scoot, Big Furblog, comes in with Scout in tow. She is walking pretty steadily and just sort of waves to all of you and starts signing. Like, good day, how are you guys? Says Scoot.
Oh, We're
How are you feeling?
yes. How are you feeling?
I'm good. So.
You haven't felt any of the effects wearing off or anything?
Nah, I'd die in like 12 days.
Oh wait, you're gonna die in 12 days?
I think.
Okay.
Hopefully we won't let that happen.
She continues to sigh and says, I've never been a day without the tonic.
At least you're feeling fine. Like,
Oh,
you look really good.
Yeah. But
Well, you don't
regardless,
know,
I think I'd
so
be
you don't know.
happy. Oh gosh, Miyako, please finish your sentence.
Sorry. She's like, so you've never like felt the effects of going a full day without it?
No. Not since I was little, and I refused to take it. That changed.
Would you be able to find where Anatar has gone now?
I can certainly try. Give me a moment.
Maybe not him in specifically, maybe someone else within the tower that might reside there.
I know there.
Anatar might be able to detect your abilities, I suppose, if he is that
It's true.
strong of a wizard, but maybe not someone else.
Who do you suggest? I mean, he has a
Anyone?
homunculus.
Wait,
What
is that
about
the
the green
homunculus that
slime?
we killed? Or not killed, but destroyed?
Well, there's also the green slatty.
Forgot about that.
He might be a better choice, and might
That
give us the
Rindu.
location of where they all might have gone.
Mm-hmm.
Green Slatty are resistant to magic, are they not?
It's true.
A bit, but I think
Unless,
Anatar would be
well,
maybe a little bit
but
worse.
only if they know, right?
The scrying spell, if it's slatty, then yes, they'll be resistant to it.
What
I'm
they
certain I
think
can
about
just
the-
focus on the tower and we can see if that works.
Can
You
you,
can
Yeah,
focus
but
on
they might
the-
keep
on the
Anatar off.
Then
can you focus on an object instead of a creature?
I believe so. If if the structure has a lot of prominence, then yeah, since I grew up there, totally.
What of
Alright.
this potion? Could you focus on that to find it that way, or again, is there a way to maybe recreate this potion if we were to get a sample of it?
I guess he has to make it out of some regions. I don't know alchemy, though. I only know a few pieces of it. It's possible you could possibly make a weaker version, I guess, if you had the right resources, the right connections. A lot of things that quite simply aren't readily available. We could try, though. At the very least, even if it's a weaker tonic, it could probably extend the timeline for a long while.
Well, what are the resources and connections that you need?
She gives you a complicated list, which I will not list out right here because I wasn't expecting this question right now, strangely enough. But it's a complex list of alchemical ingredients that are rather rare, but potent. You figure if you can possibly get some of equal quality, yes, a weaker tonic could be made.
Okay.
But of course, it would be easier to cure it, which of course you don't know how.
Well, all right.
So she just sort of shrugged and says, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. Should we go ahead and try
please
this?
Find the yes.
Yeah.
Please find the location.
Alright. Give me a moment. She closes her eyes. She starts to cast the scry spell. Her fur lights up and glows. And Scoot sort of looks at all of you and says, well, I hope y'all are doing great. It's been harrowing to say the least.
I bet it has. And we are probably going to need your help for the next portion of this.
Well, really, what for?
Oh, we will have to go into the Weldath.
Oh, that's a nasty place.
However, you are a druid and you are maybe not from that specific forest, but you are very well connected with forests, aren't you?
Well, I know a few bushes and apple trees, sure, but that's not the whole forest.
Oh no, of course not. However, if we happen to run into, let's say, some elves who might not be so kind.
His red nose gets a little redder. Ugh.
I mean, elves might not take so kindly to city living halflings like myself or some tieflings. However, I'm sure to you, a druid from the forest who knows a couple of bushes and apple trees, I'm sure they would be more...
And we are searching for a specific tree in which your talents will be necessary.
Well, I guess. Well, I just need to make sure that Scout's gonna be all right.
Mhm.
That's what we're
Well,
trying to do.
She'll be with us the whole time.
And Scout sort of comes to herself and says, "The tower's not on this plane of existence, so I can't find it."
Shit, if it's in limbo.
You gotta be kidding me.
And Art picks up at this and says, "That's okay. Limbo's very big, and if Rembu only has control of half of his faculties, I'm certain he won't be able to find it.
Yes, that's true.
At the very
the
least,
gallery is in a very specific place.
he won't be able to find it
Not
without
right
being
away.
heavily delayed. So there is still a chance."
Okay. Okay.
Well, it looks like we are hunting a bear.
Scout just sort of is like, "You're hunting a bear?
It's a
That's-
long story.
Oh my,
Apparently.
Maddox, you've never fought a bear.
I do not know what this creature is.
It's horrible. It's a
Would
dragon
any of
killer."
us- I would say, would any of us know what it is?
Make an Arcana check.
Because clearly I have Arcana.
Gauge.
That was 15. I still had disadvantage.
What the heck? I have no freaking. What is this?
It was 15.
What
the
even
first
is
one there.
this? I have no magic except for my second win. What is this?
You just know things.
You just know.
You just know things.
Apparently,
This is over here.
I don't.
Oh boy.
Okay,
Too
so it's a
many
centipede
legs.
dragon.
It is a long, huge monstrosity. A serpent-like creature that shoots lightning. And
so like
also,
an elongated Kurg.
oh, yes, but unlike Kurg, this thing can
Yeah.
swallow you whole.
Well, at least
And it
it's
doesn't like cheese as much.
It is a devastating foe.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It despises dragons. And it was
And it
created.
likes red.
And it was created with that express purpose, but has since escaped the
Great.
bonds of whoever controlled it, and now they are a flourishing monstrosity upon the land.
It hates dragons as in it's afraid of dragons, or as in it just really hates dragons and it wants to destroy all dragons?
More like it was bred to hunt them.
It wants to
Yes.
eat them,
Yes.
basically.
Okay, good to know.
Yes.
Yeah, something that can fight a dragon, and we just gotta go get it. No big deal.
I would say, yeah, like it's something that can basically take down a dragon.
It shoots lightning.
Just like the I feel like that's the only thing in like D&D that could actually take.
We are hunting a dragon killing machine. Yes.
Wow.
I
So
can
that's
sing
Oh,
songs. I can sing some really good songs.
you could use some cutting words on it. Destroy its ego.
Othal sort of says, all of you, so look at me. And she just sort of like, look at me. I have all of the ink from last night still available. We can pursue this, and we can triumph.
Okay. You will be helping us though, correct, Othal? Because of course all of this ink and your, when I gesture to her intimidating form, will be sure to.
Well, that and her knowledge of the mountain ranges should help us find them and find them safely.
Indeed. The Doomlaga are a mountain tribe. We will move so that you can keep up. And also, I doubt you know which parts I need. We only need to prepare. How long that might take, that's up to you. If you feel you're ready.
We need to do it fast, whatever. You know, whichever route we take, we don't have much time.
Cage just downs the last of his drink from the table.
Gracious, gracious.
Oh. I am ready when you are.
Lulu?
I kind of look towards everybody else. I see if Helm is staying or going. I see if Art is staying or going.
Art, no thanks. Hilm, no thanks.
Great.
I lower my eyes to both of them. I'm like, chickens.
Hilm spits her drink at you.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, sure, I'm ready to go. Whatever.
I'm afraid this you guys are.
Alright. So, unless you guys have anything else to say, we're going to end our session there.
Ah.
I feel like this adventure is outside my scope of abilities.
You never know.
Mm.
Wow.
Going into something where I don't have everything under control.
Right?
You
This
do
is. I feel
not.
like this is the first time that you don't have anything
You
under
do
control,
not.
and you're like completely out of your element.
So, what do you guys think of today's session?
I was.
So just when we were
Damn it.
finally bringing the curtain down,
Right?
everything went bad again.
I was
Right,
so
again.
pumped to
Again.
like see the art
Maddox,
festival
why?
and to like be happy and have some fun, and then Pierce like,
Well,
oh
I will say,
Why
like,
you
there's
why you gotta
still,
be like this, Maddox?
I still say, there's probably still time if you want to take, like, a day to rest up and, like, enjoy the festival. Because it's still going to be going on for today.
I think Maddox would have been better off just dancing off the stage.
Look with his acrobatics check.
That's great. That's
Be like, I was
beautiful. Well
charmed. I
done.
didn't mean it.
Oh, man.
I mean, I may
Maddox,
have to go into
cat of
hiding
the
for a
hour.
while.
Oh my god,
But no, that was really good. I just
that was fun.
Rendu, why do we have to save you now?
Right, dude? He better thank us for
No,
this.
I owe you a
No.
favor, and we have to save you. And you were just like, oh no, you might have to go to the limbo and get my other sledge. Bleh.
Yep. There we
Oh
go.
my god.
Maddox, good job on stopping the apocalypse.
And starting another one.
No, that would have opened up into limbo.
Oh shit!
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
And You could probably
That's
guess
what I
who
was
was on the
wondering.
other side waiting.
Oh, was it Sorrel?
Uh-huh.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Not surprised.
That
Yeah.
was
No,
that was clutch.
so bad.
Yeah.
That's why he needed to be back there.
Ah,
God,
totally felt
thanks.
like-
Oh my gosh.
See,
like going
okay,
back
here's.
there, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You were talking first.
I was just gonna say, like, going back there, I was just trying to be sneaky and be roguish because I'm a rogue. And then when I actually got back there and like all of this stuff was going on, I was like, holy crap, I need to do something. Like, I can't just let this go, you know? And then I realized I'm like back there by myself, you know? And I'm like, well,
Right.
I
Might
either
as well.
start a fight and possibly fight this whole thing on my own, or some crazy stuff is about to happen, so I just went for it. And
Yeah, no.
Here's the thing,
I'm-
like with you, Maddox, I really believe that like you try to like end things and like try to like make things better, and you do, but then you end up causing like more chaos to happen like right after it. So it's like you write the world, and then immediately the world's just like, LOL, nope,
It's-
just
it's-
kidding, and then
it's a
like oh
controlled
no, just
chaos.
takes us again.
It's a very controlled chaos.
Every single like incident that has happened with you, that is exactly how it has played out. I mean, the fight that we had with the freaking Rakshasha, that happened, but then Anatar was there, and then now that happened. You know, the fight with the freaking Slad, like we killed the Slad, but then all this happens, and now you killed Rendon, and then all this is happening.
the curtain was not supposed to fall. That wasn't.
No. I'm pretty sure that was unexpected.
I swear,
Not the end of the
Just
campaign.
shut up!
chaos is always happening wherever you're at. Like that's how it works.
It's actually quite fitting that Maddox is going to limbo, where it's just nothing but chaos.
Yep.
Oh,
We'll have to see,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Oh, man. We want to thank everybody who stopped out today. Gosh darn, this is we're pretty much done with the Festival of Colors, depending on what you guys do next session.
Oh boy.
We're going to
I don't want
be.
it to be over.
I know, because now we're going to start the Gallery of Colors.
Oh, all right.
So yeah,
I'm down for that.
that's the second stage of the campaign. We're almost there.
Next phase coming in.
Yep. So I want to thank everybody for sticking with it. We have later tonight the Dark Spring Mouse Guard on Askren's channel at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to stop in and do that, by all means. We also have Tuesdays and Thursdays on the Forefront channel. Mouse Guard sessions. We would like to invite you to come learn how to play this fantastic game on this Mouse Guard. And join the Discord to see if that works. Also, if you'd like, you can buy me a coffee. Because, gosh darn, this is thirsty work. And I cannot rely on cider to keep me doing it. I wish all of you a happy day. Let's go around. If you guys have any plugs, anything like that, by all means, invest. Tell us where we can find you and what you do. Ayame!
So I'm Meow8302. I had a blast playing. This was so fun. I actually stream a lot. You can find me same handle on Twitch, Ayami302, same handle on Twitter, on Discord. I'm always hanging out in For's Discord and a bunch of other ones. You'll find me somewhere. But yeah, I actually have another stream later on tonight that Vincent is DMing. We call it the Critter RP, but I'm basically playing a elven ranger who has a brand on her, and she has no idea why, and she was suddenly just dropped into this little critter world. And Indigo is in that as well as Gibbs, even though she's not here. But so that'll be at 8:00 p.m. EST on my channel, and I'm pretty sure Gibbs will be streaming it too. You can go watch it on her channel. Gibbs Loves You. LUV is how you spell loves there. But yeah, so that'll be fun. You guys can come and watch that, and then go over to For's channel and watch his Dark Springs campaign. So yeah, but I'm usually on his channel on Tuesdays, and then I also stream Thursdays on my channel. I stream another one that Vincent and I are in. So yeah, just like I said, just come hang out. It'll be fun.
Fun. How about the rest of you? Or are we all set to depart?
Yeah, I'm starting a channel pretty soon too. Should be pretty cool. We're going to start off with the battle arena. A lot of it's going to be just all D&D 5e. There's going to be other other stuff going on there too. It should be cool. We'll figure out what happens as we go, but it's gonna be alright.
Nice.
That sounds exactly like me when I was doing Writhing Moon and nothing else. I'm proud of you, buddy. And there we are. We'll see you guys next time, next Sunday, for more Festival of Colors. We hope to give this campaign the best it's got. So take care, guys. Wish you the best.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.